Late start today, but we will go ahead and do the reading. We clock the time. It is 11:24 in this clock, but 11:30 in reality. Close to noon, Sunday on the 8th of June 2025. So it is Mercury, Saturn, and Sun. Buddha Titya also, but then Sun and Saturn don't get along. But it's okay. Father and son don't get along. Okay, so anyway, it's not so bad a day. Off camera, what has happened from the time I have woken up? I woken up late today, about 9:10. Um I'll just give you a recap of what has happened last night. When I did check with the camera, I did get that, the Atma that talks to me was meditating as usual. It is meditating evening time. The Atma, I call the Atma and it because the Atma goes through so many births, in and out, in and out, in and out. You will appreciate it after I'll tell you what exactly happened. So I was sitting over here, switching channels, not able to concentrate even on a movie. Last 2 days I have started a movie to watch, but somehow I get bored within half an hour, 40 minutes, and I have to shut it off. Okay, so that's because, and also I've kind of moved to another plane, so I'm kind of forgetting things, which is not good. Anyway, checking with, let's say, whoever it is that is in that group, mostly I ask for JAYA.ADVANI, who went to Fort Convent School with me in the 70s and the 80s. So she in the evening does meditate. Yesterday when I checked with her, she said she was meditating, so I left her and I told her, you're switching channels. I spent the whole evening switching channels, hoping to find something but don't find something. So on YouTube I'm switching channels, could watch little, then most of the time I'm switching channels. What I do in that time, maybe I'm also meditating, I don't know, or I'm thinking, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's got its own outcome at a different level. The mind is rested. So I checked with her and she said yes, she's meditating, so I left it. Then I was doing whatever. Then I got in touch with Shirdi Sai Baba, and from there, I don't know, I got a couple of answers, but from there he said she's complaining about you. Somebody was complaining to him about me, and I thought I am imagining it, but then I pondered over it and I said, why is she complaining about me? My entire life went for a toss because some people didn't tell the truth. They played a game for themselves, or they themselves were played, but affecting a lot of people in the process, including me. So why is she complaining? If anyone should be complaining, it is me who should be complaining, but I'm not complaining. Because my understanding is whatever happens, as long as Shirdi Sai Baba is in the loop, the ultimate outcome has to be good. And that's how I have always maintained it, from a child perspective to an adult perspective, from childhood to adulthood. Jo kuch bhi hota hai, it's always for the bestest, as long as the Guru is overlooking it. And we stay connected to energies like Shirdi Sai Baba. Not just any pseudo guru or quack, but something that has proved itself. In my case, Shirdi Sai Baba has proved himself umpteen number of times. So I'm okay with it. Anyway, with that thought, 2 hours passed or 1 hour passed. Then I asked the pendulum before retiring to go to sleep. Yesterday I decided to shut this place up at around, I think, 11:30 in the night. So at that time I just wanted to say, okay, I'm going for the day, you enjoy yourself. whatever it is, everything's in place, we're off to sleep. Over there, I asked her, I said, Varsha, were you complaining about me to Shirdi Sai Baba? She said, yes. I said, you were complaining, why? Were you in again another judgment? As in, were you facing the lit council or the lit realm of judges, or was Shirdi Sai Baba taking a call on your journey forward? She said, yes. So I said, what is it? You have to go for a little while to a birth and come back? She said, yes. I said, but how can you blame me? You don't know that you yourself brought some inconsistency with me. You don't know that I can't see. I got my glasses from the time I was in the 4th standard. You yourself have complained about me to me, but you never in direct words told me anything. So then why you are blaming me? I left it at that, and she agreed that she has to come and go. She will soon. I said, are you leaving today? As in the very next day, the Sunday. Have you been directed to leave right away? So she said no. I said, on the board we've got Indu, SK, Indus. There are some things over there. So are you going to be there for that part of the read, or do you have to go? She said no, she's going to be here, but within this week's time, she says, or in a few days, she has to leave. I said, how long will you leave for? 1 year? 2 months? 5 months? She said no. 6 months? No. 1 month? She said yes. I said 2 months? She said no. I said, is this because your spirit is being sent to come into some form, to expeditely finish whatever your debts are associated with your this birth? Is Shirdi Sai Baba directing you through it? She says yes. So I said, will you be doing coming and going from births for the next 15-20 years that you have told me I will have to stay in the body? You will be in spirit going to, according to what I understood from her, let's say 1, 2, 3 weeks ago, whenever this topic has started communicating with her, is she goes to Atala, Vitala, those kind of lokas in spirit. She's sent over there to expedite some of her karma. And I understood that it is only spirit that probably she'll be doing this, and then every time she'll be brought back by Shirdi Sai Baba to direct the throws here. She said no, she's going into a 3D form for 1 month. I said, is it that in your complaining about me, to justify your stance, you put the blame on me? But Shirdi Sai Baba has told you for 1 month you have to go into a particular birth. Are you going to be doing this for the next 15 to 20 years? She said yes. So I said, every once in a while you will be sent to a birth to pay off your rin ripu, directed by Shirdi Sai Baba. She said yes. So anyway, I took it with a pinch of salt and I went to sleep. This morning, the first thing when I woke up, I went to Sai Prashnavali, and what I got from him is go to Khandoba temple, which is Shivji's temple. New land deals will be done. Now you understood? What are new land deals? The new birth, she's going somewhere else. It is only for 1 month, which means she's going to go become the Kira Makoda somewhere. More than 1 month she will not live. But in that only something will be paid off. Now you understand? So this had to be told, this had to be explained, this had to be expressed as an example of what really transpired from last night to this morning. If that can give you some indication, or you can from there understand something, good for you. Otherwise, learn in your own time, in your own terms, your own way. Okay? You are a gone case, that's all I'll say. Way beyond redemption. One, let me take out my glasses. So I just want to know, are you with me? I'm talking to JAYA.ADVANI, who went to Fort Convent School with me through the 70s and the 80s, 1970s, 1980s. For all practical purposes, we grew up thinking we are sisters from the same mother. You went to Yellow House like me at Fort Convent School. Okay, Dolly, whatever I said as of now, file name KAT, right? You don't like the name Dolly, but anyway, Ashish Chityani used to call you Dolly. Anyway, now listen, what I'm trying to ask you over here is, yesterday, were you complaining about me, Varsha, to Shirdi Sai Baba? Because that's what he indicated. Do you still think I am blameworthy, darling, after having understood things from Shirdi Sai Baba? I saw him explaining things to you on the back of the Sai Prashnavali when I moved from the sofa to my bedroom. You've understood the problem, sweetie. I would never do anything to harm you. Do you believe that? I would not ever want to see you come in harm's way. Not you, not our cousins. Actually, nobody anywhere in society. So if nobody anywhere in society, then how can I harm my own on purpose? You understand that? Anyway, I'm glad you were meditating. You were able to connect with the higher sources. You guys meditate collectively, you told me. You do Buddhist meditation is what you are following? Just to put it on record. This is the same answer she gave me yesterday. Not Buddhist meditation. Anyway, you connect with Shirdi Sai Baba's energy and his parampara. Let's just say the Dattatreya parampara. Is that what you're connecting with? Salman Khan, the actor, the original son of Salim Khan and Salma Khan, join you? I asked you, does Simal hang around you? Simal Lekraj? Is she with you? Does she hang around in this group? This is exactly what you told me yesterday, day before also. What about Malvika Lekhraj hangs around you? Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj hangs around you? They have a separate group that they hang around in? But they are also Atmas without the body, without the 3D form. I wanted to know, Rohika Chagla Mistri hangs around you, baby? Her husband, legally married husband, Cyrus Mistri, hangs around you? His mother, Patsy Dubash Perrin, she hangs around you people? Does she hang around SRL and company? Does she have her ladies group that she hangs around, who known to her, her socialites who are passed on with her? They hang around together? There are many socialites who have unceremoniously been sent off. Industrialists and socialites and page 3 and God knows what. The darling crowd. So they have their own community hanging around together on their own in the afterlife. Kiran uncle hangs around you guys. The real Mr. Kiran Merchant. Mr. JAYA.ADVANI hangs around you guys. He's a cutie pie. Give him hugs, kisses in zillion measure. Nani, Nana, Dadi, Dada hang around you. Great. So you were a good, down-to-earth group of people. Mostly decent karma. All my friends from school, whoever was mentioned, at least 70% of them hang around with you in the same community, school, college. Okay, I've kind of got an understanding. Anyway, you're supposed to go away for 1 month, sweetheart, into a 3D form. I really do wish you all the best, and I really hope you ace it, because you know Shirdi Sai Baba keeps saying that you will pass the exam, and you will get help from the southern direction. So yeah, if you're able to pay off EMIs and whatever quickly, then you know how it is, how free it feels once you're done with something and you're so much lighter. So I see it as an opportunity. You're just lucky to have the guidance to quickly expedite it. So I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. All I'm saying is that means what? You got to leave before 19th of June of this year. You won't be here to actually celebrate my birthday. Okay, but the rest will be here with me. The others in the group will be around me. You as a community are being sent into some birth for a month's time. You are all being dispersed at one point in time. Will all of you return in a month's time? Is 19th of June 1973 mostly the day I celebrate my birthday? But is it my actual birth date? The day on which I was born? So did you celebrate my birthday in some way before? Because I ordered lots of chum-chums, I offered some pedas, I offered chocolate ice cream. There was lots of sweets in the last 2 weeks. In and around that time, my birthday also came and went, which you guys know in the afterlife, which I'm not aware of, but you refuse to let me know. So that is why you are going. So you all actually celebrated it with me, and now you all are moving on. Okay, you want me to continue with this read, so I'll continue now with the Scrabble. I have to record this, right, to put it on record. Okay, it has huge repercussions for me, but the point is I have to put it on record because this is not about me. It's like something much larger than me that's being recorded. Okay, all right, you rest. I haven't offered you anything so far. I will do so a little later. Okay, Dolly? So should we check the pieces with the first time that I did the throw? Shirdi Sai Baba says the miscreants are going to get caught with my mother's blessings. But my mother's blessings are in conjunction with Shirdi Sai Baba. My sister says within 6 months or close to the change of this year to the next year, the miscreants will get caught. It has already been blessed by Shirdi Sai Baba and by Shani. एप्पल कार्ट गिरने वाला है, या रूफिंग जो घर का होता है, पैलेस का होता है, वो गिरने वाला है. The tin of worms, the can has been opened. I have a feeling addressing that issue is going to happen going forward. Little late. Okay, just to check the pieces, because I've not done that for a long time, to keep the continuation. Okay, so this is when the first throw for this session that is still continuing happened. Whole idea is to just see what is it that was thrown and to match it with what's on the board here right now. I think this is either the fifth or the sixth recording that is going on. So we just need to check if those pieces are exactly that's over here. It's all got to do with the movie shooting, got to do with Cat SK being the real Salman Khan, son of Salim and Salma Khan, and whatever transpired, stealth mode, on the back of which SKF came into being. Okay, so if I can just do the same thing here and then go to we'll come back to the Indus part of it. KSI Indus, right? That's what it is. But we'll put the same things that are there, which is FS, FS, EKI, FSEKI, debt. Cyrus Mistry is worth, what's his net worth? But he's though in a Nidra state ever since 2006 is what I'm being told. After that, the miscreants have gone and done all the messing up. They also give advice to Raw. They come from poverty-ridden backgrounds. So is it possible that their lack of morals and ethics is because their forefathers, as drivers, took blames for other people's misdemeanor? That's how you get back at society that earns its own good karma as well as huge assets. What do? Still dumping your shit on other people, is it? You got a cheap mindset. That's all I'll say. Here only you are a cheap mindset. When you leave your body and go to the afterlife, we'll have to then contend with how much better it gets. यहाँ पे तेरा नंगा आत्मा, मेरा नंगा आत्मा कोई ना कोई फॉर्म के अंदर ढका हुआ है. ब्रह्मांड के अंदर उतरते हैं ना, एवरीथिंग इज सेम 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 सेम, नो पॉपी शेम. तो हर कोई वहाँ आत्मिक रूप से तो नंगा ही है. There we will settle accounts. You don't look me in the eye, I'll break your atmic face. Every time you're getting a hearing going against you for your own ill debts earned well by you. So anyway, here we've got FSEKI, det TN, SLNL EU. So do we have the same thing up there? So we're on track. No extra letters, alphabets in the Scrabble throw. Now we will continue. Okay. This actually got, how did this happen? Do you know? The previous session was thrown and directed by nobody but JAYA.ADVANI. That version, who's supposed to be, none of us knew she's French blue blood. Only the perpetrators who brought her into this country connected with the BJP is what she's saying. And that's what even the first few throws of mine called Government of India a rogue government. Not because we are a rogue nation or we are a rogue government, because there's some rogues hiding out in the Indian government pretending to be Indian, but if you do their unediting of their genes, you will come to know that they are actually Middle Eastern bloodline and Kazakhstani bloodline, edited to the Indian. Apollo Hospital has definitely been misused. Rekha Savita, India Book House related to our family. From the 70s, West Bengal hero uncle, Rekha Savita, Chennai. Their friend Apollo Hospital. Through that labyrinth from 2004-2005, these guys 100% have been affected. How is their institute being used? One needs to very fast find out. क्योंकि उसी को कवर अप बना के शायद एडिटिंग अनएडिटिंग ये लोग कर रहे हैं. इट इज़ अपोलो हॉस्पिटल दैट आई टोल्ड हु हैज़ द लिस्ट ऑफ डुप्लीकेट्स, एटलीस्ट हाफ ऑफ इट. ये नेक्सस जो डुप्लीकेट्स है वहाँ पे उनको पता है, लेकिन ओरिजिनल फाउंडर है ही नहीं है, लेकिन ओरिजिनल फाउंडर नहीं है. ये पूरा जो खेल है मिडिल ईस्टर्न के लोग से है, वो मिडिल क्लास नहीं है, लेबर क्लास है. SKF also is that kind of an infusion. Twist. Real Salman Khan cat is doing this. Anyway, how did this reading happen? Because on that particular day, I was told that Ravi Hundalani and Geeta Hundalani, they are very big Krishna bhakts. Geeta auntie, Krishna follower to before Varsha or whoever got married to Ravi, from those days. No dance drama, no show, it genuinely is from her heart. It's a very nice lady. Agar confusion hai, it is because of the miscreants and the third party. They kept all of us apart so they could play everybody the way they want to play them. That's the wazir outside the chessboard. Rest of us are all props and pawns on the chessboard. Anyway, I got that both of them had been poisoned and pulled off. So Varsha and Rohika had gone with a couple of other people in spirit to see what they could do to help out the situation. This is what she told me, and she said that Anushka Sharma would be directing the pendulum because she wanted to talk about the Dilwale shoot along with the Jab Harry Met Sejal's shoot, both which happened at Europe. Over there, Anushka Sharma says that she did not, the real Anushka Sharma did not marry cricketer Mr. Kohli, Virat Kohli. Mr. Virat Kohli is not aware of the duplicate. The duplicate and Katrina Kaif are aware of the duplicate. So Anushka Sharma said she left her body and is in the afterlife. She hangs around with these guys. What is the overlap? I don't know. Maybe did she ever play some shape-shifting role which connects her to the Advani family? It suddenly went in my head what the connection may be. Not sure for sure. If the pendulum agrees to it, then I understand the connection, how she got connected or introduced to the Advani family. And the Advani family got nothing to do with anything but a very happy family in the 70s. Friends and family. Family and friends. Kith and kin. Okay? She said Meera, the girl who played the role of Meera, is still alive. Underground somewhere in Europe in the Nordic region, a deal done on her and other actresses or people in the crew who are unceremoniously pulled off. MOUs done on them, God knows how their legalities are twisted and they are put for experimentation underground. So that girl is alive. Varsha Advani was alive for 9 years in Vichumbe Kamote on the opposite side of the Pune Expressway, Bombay-Pune Expressway, on the opposite side at Baman Dongri JNPT. Are people like, she says, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, RK, Karine, and my friend Sayugita Saxeria from Queensland University of Technology underground. These two, that is Trimona and Varsha Advani, were above the ground at a place where construction was very heavy. So you can't hear them and they are very badly treated. Yes, how many people have visited them, come and gone, all that also has been discussed on the pendulum. So anyway, it is filth of the highest /sewer material that has already transpired in the past. It was not on my mind because I didn't know about an Anushka Sharma or then some girl who has played the role of Meera. But because my reading keeps bringing up Pia, Priya, Anwar and Rabia, cabs, Ola, incessantly, consistently. In real life, I have already had the experience of printed magazines showing Rajkumar, who was working as a domestic help for a few months in my home, connected with his older brother who has worked for about 15-18 years. Maybe there are many people who rotated on that boy's identity. So he had his face printed in an artificial intelligence, robotics, nanorobotics article in the magazine. Amongst those magazines, there was another thing that was printed connected with Suhana walking the ramp. But simultaneously, another article over there where we have Pia Priya Anwar walking the ramp. Or Suhan on the cover and this girl shown walking on the ramp. Who is this girl, Pia Priya Anwar? Her ET or she? Wearing the ET or Sonakshi? Sona. We got also Sona's name. As well as Anushka Sharma. That girl also worked in my home as a part-time maid. She is married. She has a son. At least that's what she projected at my home. She worked at my home for 1.5 years. So that girl was shown in her ghagra vagra walking the ramp, printed in the magazine. Simultaneously, there was too much bad behavior happening at Forge Aswell. 2018 to 2019, I left Forge Aswell. 2019, May 23rd or 21st, one of those 2 days, 2019, stepped into Bangalore to buy a property and to settle over here, which I did by the 11th of July 2019. And this is that property where you fucked around still further, yet once again, the cheap manner, deplorable manner that you are. Garbage of the highest order. Anyway, the third article over there was about Dalits selling India's secrets to China and Pakistan and something about the minorities. Couldn't remember it, but it was already established. What was the fourth article over there? What was the fourth article? These were the key things. So I understood almost immediately that, hey, this printing is hidden communication printed at someone's printing press. That must be Hemang Shah at Sassoon-Dock. Because Hemang Shah was introduced by Sanyukta Saksaria 1998-1999, and he's a very sweet boy. What happened to him in 2013-14, where on the phone when he's talking to me, he's talking about connects of a very high order with the underworld of Middle East. I don't understand Middle East, so he says Dubai. Okay, I understand. That conversation and then getting people grabbed in the middle of daylight, never to be found again ever, nor missed. So I listened, I said, sounds a little dangerous, but how he's talking like this? I've never heard him talk like this. Towards the end of those little few months that I was talking to him, he also calls himself a Dalit with a screwing to the BJP, giving them 3 crores at Mantralaya. He stays 2 cash in his dicky. He stays 5 buildings away from Mantralaya. So, sounds very weird. Whatever he's talking sounds pretty weird. Because the Hemang Shah introduced in 98-99 is by Sanyukta Saksaria, who went to QUT with me at Brisbane, Australia. That Hemang Shah and this Hemang Shah seems to be very different in quality. He has declared himself as a Dalit suddenly, but he's been around from 99. What happened to him 2013-14 to start behaving in this strange manner? And watch his behavior. We have met him off the telephone twice. There also there is something questionable about him. It's all in his actions, and just, it is, let's say, something you just watch someone, nothing said. Just the behavioral patterns are highly questionable. So the question is, did something happen to the real Hemang Shah? And this is what came. Hemang Shah's resources have been misused. Your kasab to came from in and around that area only. Aankh Macholi jo khele, ye Hemang Shah. Old Chandru uncle of 1970s, history of Harinivas. His father being in the retail business from the, I don't know if they came here pre-partition, but they had a running retail business in medical line, chemists, as well as alcohol, wine shops. Bahut pehle se. Just like Narottam Das merchant and his son Kiran merchant. So no foul play over there. लेकिन ये आंख में चोली हेमंग शाह 2014 या 13 or Mr. Chandru Mirchandani on CCI grounds, I couldn't understand it because it's never happened in the past. You need to make quick connects because all of it speaks, but it speaks in a different manner. It's called an underhanded manner with huge repercussions if it is not addressed. Coming down to this read, you've understood where this read started from. Anushka Sharma wanted to speak about something connected with the film industry. Instead, we discussed that also. But here it is come to SK and CAT. You understood? KETKEIF connected with SL. The biggest miscreant. Stock taking, unloading, loading of merchandise for Cotton World is the career he starts out at. Is supported by that who's funding for fun films which are mostly flops for SK. Mostly Cyrus Mistry is what I understand could be the boy. But then that who spends the money decides the actor actress. ROI उसको चाहिए. लेकिन अगर उसको फ्लॉप ROI मिल रहा है लेकिन उसके पास पेटी चेंज है जो पिक्चर के अंदर लगाता है फन के लिए, तो वो डिसाइड करेगा एक्टर एक्ट्रेस कौन बन सकता है नहीं बन सकता है, उसके पास पैसा है. और अगर उसको ROI उसके इन्वेस्टमेंट पे नहीं मिल रहा है तो वो क्या ले रहा है इन रिटर्न, वो पूछने लायक है. जो खर्च कर रहा है, डज ही डिसाइड एक्टर एंड एक्ट्रेस कौन हो सकता है? Is he the deciding factor? I feel so. On the back of it, how many people's sustenance is dependent? From the songwriter to the scriptwriter to the producer to the director to the actors and the extras. Yes or no? Connected with that is what? All the journalists and politicians. When you don't have the competency, do you ask the actor for all his endorsements that he can do to make you look better? Do you ask him to do your work for you, to campaign for you? Have you done it in the past? The Ranka Pak was nothing but that. I just want to remind the 3 girls, 2 maids, 1 ex-mother-in-law. Maybe you knew, of course, who will play the maid otherwise? Unless there's a role on the back on it or some kind of favor in return on the back of it. Ket जो है KEIF is on the back of KAT, who's dead, connected with SK. The one who played the mother-in-law went on to grab shape-shifting for already a brand name established, but the one who was initially to slot it and be a part of it was unceremoniously removed. Let's hope that is being recorded, because the desperation associated with you as a cover-up shows itself each and every time, the way you do it cheaply. I got nothing to do with that thrashy industry. It's unfortunate my sister had something to do with that thrashy industry, and that sewerage entered into my home. So great, with such ethics. They say na, sewerage jab nikalta hai, it doesn't know where to stop. It has to enter into other people's spaces, because it's a sewerage that is unstoppable. It just has to spread itself and disease everything that sewerage goes to. Right? You have that shitty quality, sewerage, and everything associated with you. एक घटिया गंदा पानी. So the guy who decides what he's going to spend, where he's going to spend, decides who's getting what job, which role. The actor himself is waiting for his own payment. His father was very successful in his first movie, but then he himself has gone on record after removing the original, talking about being successful at one point in time, but then not even one call being made to their home when the rest of the movies are not so successful. That was done mostly by the duplicate, because that's what the duplicate always does. He has to disrepute you in the place where he takes. Grabbing, then that duplicate would have been born in a shitty birth. Yet he wants to play king. On the back of what? Grabbing, lies, stinking, stealing, poor ethics. And he's supported by so many people. In the name of nation building, bridging the gap of inequality of financial resources, you do it your way. थोड़ा सेक्स करो, मजा करो. 1 करोड़, 100 करोड़, 22 करोड़, 23 करोड़, 100,000 करोड़. इनकॉम्पिटेंट स्पेशल नीड्स बच्चे प्रोड्यूस करे जिस तरीके यू गॉन ऑन अ रैम्पेज. 1 फूटा कोहरा है ही नहीं पॉकेट के अंदर. कार्मिक करेंसी, पुण्य का ऋण और रिपू इतने बरकर, वहीं से तुम्हारे बच्चों को खिलाओ. वहाँ पे और भी घटिया कर्म तुमने किया तो और भी गिरेगा, और भी डेट्स के लिए लंबे समय के लिए करते जाओ. इट्स ओके, इट्स फाइन, इट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. यू आर डैम क्लेवर, तो एक्सरसाइज योर क्लेवर राइट्स. In my case, I want those 3 girls to remember. I got married. There were many events that happened over 10 days or 14 days. The boy didn't tie the Mangal Sutra around my neck. One of the Lakrages did. His cousin sisters. That was at ISKCON, the party hall. The boy accompanied me to the marriage registration office 4-5 days later while I was staying at Windsor Manor for those 6 nights. Over there, the boy registered the marriage. I didn't know anything. I thought I'm married and that's about it. I very grudgingly went over there. I said, the marriage has just gotten over. I'm getting to know the boy and these people are calling me for legal things. So I actually was trying to tallify it. But it was insisted, no, get it done. So we got it done. That's where the marriage happened. Without me knowing any element of foul play that you were fully aware of. In my case, it was a marriage. In your case, it was wanting roles to develop your career knowingly, your way, going forward. I left that marriage on 1,70,000 alimony. NL law was the law that did the deciding. Since I didn't want anything and I wasn't in it for any favors, and it was a short marriage, I didn't bother because I was provided for at birth by my own father and my own mother and their brothers and sisters in the know of it, with my dadi in the know of it. Understand the difference. Don't ever make any kind of association with me, my sister, my family friends. You don't quite cut it. You are of a very cheap quality and cheap cloth. To sewerage hai, don't ever come into my space or my family friends. Did you understand? Know your place and don't overstep it. Did you understand? What you fitted in the back of my throat, that also when I'm sleeping, is the thrash you are involved in and the desperation associated with you. वो जो Cyrus Mistry है, he's still in deep sleep. पूछूं तो पूछूं. Come on. I will do the asking yet once again. Putting him into sleep, how much finances you get? How much access you got to everybody else's resources through that one man's place? How did you misuse United Breweries and Kingfisher and that entire network? That is what it was talking about, the socialite, and where Patsy Perrin Dubash is at. Your Rohika is hanging around with Varsha, Kat, SK in the afterlife with all my school friends and my college friends as part of it. Patsy Perrin Dubash, for the second time I've been told, is not with them. She goes to visit her son in spirit, and she also hangs around her socialite crowd. Many of them who were unceremoniously removed by some garbage who didn't even earn it by birth. Crabbing, stealing, murdering, plundering. Makes you great. What a freaking joke. But you must understand one thing. Little while you will grab, but ultimately you will have to go back to the same crap at an atmic level as your community. When daughter-in-law and mother-in-law from an industrialist home are not together, they are according to their affiliations and their karmic ties. Not forced, but God-given. They have regrouped over there. That's going to happen with everybody. So this grabbing is useless activity. It only puts you into further karmic debts. That is what needs to be understood by you people who are highly illiterate. And illiterate where it matters. Alright? India ka map you need to put on, study it from a Vastu perspective to understand what the strengths are, what the weaknesses are, what remedial measures you should take so that you can be in a better place. make sure, just the way they have gotten rid of socialites, तुम्हारे who's who in the astrology line के अंदर भी ऑफ किया होगा, क्योंकि वहाँ पे इन्फ्लुएंसिंग इतना बढ़कर है. लेकिन गलत रेमेडी दो, गलत कुछ बोलो एस्ट्रोलॉजी एंड यू नो ऑन दोज थिंग्स, हाउ मच यू इन्फ्लुएंस द क्राउड. Tomorrow you have somebody who is from Middle East and from Pakistan, they don't care. They want that position. Their idea is to break things with giving you wrong information. तो करेंगे, भरपूर तरीके से करेंगे, वो उसका काम है. Varsha Advani, are you here? You are K80, file name K80. SK is with you. At this moment is Salman Khan, the original son of Salim Khan and Salma Khan. Is he with you? Is Rohika Chagla Mistry, the legally wedded wife of Cyrus Mistry, Shapurji Palunji, with you too? I want to ask you one thing. The three girls who were there at Ranka Park, let's just say I moved into Ranka Park, I think end May 2002, and I was there only till the 4th of August 2002. I left after that. Prior to that, I was 1 month or 5 weeks in Bhagwan Lekraj's house above Samrat Hotel in Bombay Churchgate. They were supposed to be the in-laws in Bombay. Prior to that, I was on a 5-week honeymoon abroad, and prior to that, I was on a 15-day between let's just say at Windsor Manor and NSCI and Bombay. I was hanging around over there before I went for my honeymoon. Then Goa another 6 days or 7 days, Taj Village, upon returning to Bombay. So Ranka Park came into play end May 2002, and I left on the 4th of August 2002 from that so-called marriage. The three girls who were there, the two maids and one ex-mother-in-law, were they actually aspiring models and actresses, all of them? There was a part-time woman who used to come, who used to speak only Kannada or Telugu Tamil, who used to do actual cleaning and washing of dishes. But she was a part-timer who used to come and go. Then Huri had hired 2 full-time maids, and Huri herself, who is the ex-mother-in-law. Were all of them aspiring actors except for the part-timer who was coming to actually do the work and the driver who was actually doing the work? The rest of them were playing roles. Is one of them Susie Soans, who SL got married to later on? She was playing one of the maids in those days, in that 2 months' time. One of the full-timers. Were they all basically trying to get roles going forward from the man who spends the money in the film industry? Is that why they were playing the roles? So they can influence him to spend further money? Now what I am trying to put on record over here is, at the mandap, at ISKCON's party hall, was Cyrus Mistry present over there amongst the guests? Was he on the mandap? Was he the boy sitting next to me with whom the marriage was taking place? But he was amongst the guests. The boy tied the Mangal Sutra on me. One of the cousin sisters tied the Mangal Sutra. Was that ceremony properly done? Was it cut short at 3 feras instead of 7 feras? Anyway, did I have to register the marriage after and while staying at Windsor Manor here at Bangalore, Palace Orchards? To sign that register and to sign that marriage certificate. Can you tell me who signed that register and that marriage certificate? The father-in-law had accompanied me and the boy. Had Huri Lekraj or whoever was shape-shifting for Huri Lekraj, did that woman come to the court at that time or to the marriage registrar's office? The marriage was registered by who? Can you tell me? Was it registered by the boy who has been called out to have been involved in the murder of SRL, Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj, and then taken on his identity? He was stock taking boy. Is he the one who came to the marriage registrar's office and signed for the registration of the marriage? Today he's married to Susie Soames or to Amrita Lekraj. Did that boy come to the registrar's office? Then you say there was a Nixie Nickel. Did that boy come to the registrar's office and sign for the marriage registration? Then you say there was a Cyrus Mistry. This information the Atma of Rohika Chagla Mistry gave me. Did Cyrus Mistry, the legally wedded husband of Rohika Chagla Mistry, is he the boy who came and signed the marriage register and the marriage registration? He was the guy who was hanging out at Windsor Manor? Rohika Chagla Mistry says he converted himself to Islam in stealth mode, or his family knew of it. Is there anybody else who signed the marriage register certification other than Cyrus Mistry? From the boy's perspective? The one who signed that marriage registration, is it the holder of the pendulum? Did the miscreant put who has created all the confusion, did they cut my top of my hand? The hand which holds the pendulum. Is there a deep cut with a mark left behind on the top of my hand? The hand that holds the pendulum? It was done with what viewpoint? For creating further confusion and stealing? Anyway, do you see it being sorted out? Because apparently on my name, I too had no clue. I've come to know now only in the last 1 month through this pendulum session on so many things that I had no clue about all these years. So you are saying Cyrus Mistry was put into a deep sleep, they misused his assets, they misused his resources and went to town stealing, 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 and a rampage of killing most people in his network? Grabbing, grabbing, grabbing? In this lifetime, do you see this being addressed? And the miscreants getting caught for their great behavior of financial freedom and bridging the inequality of financials. Okay, I just wanted this much to be addressed. Okay. I also want one more thing to be addressed. JAYA.ADVANI, my sister, with file name Cat, were you at ISKCON? Did you attend the marriage at ISKCON? Are you the one who met us at the chemist at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, when this guy had gone to the chemist? Did I meet Varsha and Ravi at the chemist at Commercial Street or around Commercial Street on that first day? The girl who gave me, when the Pandit said, you take your name with L or CH. He gave a couple of akshars for changing the name, right? So over there, Varsha says you take the name Chari, Chari, which means basically crazy, or little like a madcap, or somebody in your own world, or someone who's silly. Actually, Chari means silly, like Sarla auntie. That girl was Rohika Chagla wearing the skin of JAYA.ADVANI. I checked about this off camera, I just had to ensure it once again. So Rohika, you are in the afterlife. Do you wish you had discussed this openly with me while you were in the body? Would it have sorted lots of issues out? Anyway, in the future, if you just want to never hand power to outsiders who will not ever treat you the way decent people will treat you, it's always better to be honest no matter what. You can save yourself, you can save lots of people of a lot of calamity. One lie only can actually bring calamity to an entire society, which I think this lifetime has kind of given as an example. Okay. Now that's being said, we will move to Indus, Hindu and whatever else that there is on the board. Okay, so we'll start moving this around. The concentration is on Indus, because actually you remember that movie that was done, which year was it done, in which Katrina Kaif plays the role of Hindu. It is based on Rahul Gandhi's Life is What, Rajniti movie. Why did they make that movie? God only knows, because in 2009, this girl was taken to Vichumbe and Kamote. So was there some kind of rivalry, and then the rival goes and does this movie? No clue. It is saying Sonia Gandhi was pulled off sometime in 2005 itself to Palakkad. After some years, it was Rahul Gandhi. Then there was the dance drama about him not wanting to join politics, and 10 years went by just getting him to enter politics or do something from the front. That is because maybe the real guy was pulled off and his duplicate had to take time to break things up. His sleeping in the parliament like a student is insulting the Indian parliament, as well as all the Gandhis who are seasoned politicians. Everything has something to say, it is already documented. You read between the lines to make sense of it. When you have Jawaharlal Nehru down to Sonia Gandhi, then you as the fifth generation behave that way. Don't know why no Indian questioned it. And so, huge amount of foul play on the back of it. Because everybody over there was actually greedy for their own lookout. Took advantage of something so that there's a little extra in their home for that temporary time. On the back of it, you allowed criminals into the country. Gene editing, which happened, I think, through Apollo Hospital, after affecting the founders and some of their family members as early as between 2004 or 2004 all the way to maybe 2008-9 sometime. You better do a very heavy check. That is the hospital which has the database of duplicates. How so? You must ask. I have a feeling it is possible one of the girls who in between rotated. You know what they do? They grab people, they shut off the cortex and send them out in the bottom of the pyramid to work. Neither do you remember who you are, neither does anybody recognize you. But what is it with doctors? Aren't they dildar? Do they lose their temper easily? Or are they trained to save people if they are from a proper family and from a proper background? And let's say doctor is in their bloodline. Are they aggressive people? They cannot afford to be. They are very balanced, good people. तो ऐसे लोग जो हैं इतने अच्छे पर्सनालिटी जो होते हैं, there is no need for them to get infuriated, provoked to kill anyone or anyone to get so provoked कि उसको मारे. Cat, very decent. हाँ में हाँ है तो डिप्लोमेटिक करती है जो उसको करना है. फाइल नहीं है तो वर्षा आडवाणी. What infuriated her 9 years later on? The build up to the 9th year, 8th year to the 9th year. Her being forced to view 1401 Suman Towers where I was staying. I said I had near 3 death experiences there. Working at my home at that time is partner in crime to all of this, Rabia and Priya Anwar. Nitin Kumar, Beautify India, who is doing deep cleaning work for all the big film stars or their replicas. Connected with Vasundhara Raje, back to BJP and Rajasthan. You know your role, right? You have brought people from Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir, to do wall cleaning of my home for Diwali. They have left tiny micro mix around my home, throwing weight around, talking shit the way you do today from the table fan. Crap, crap, crap. No ability of governance, just crap. Connected with dance drama industry. Nautanki at its bestest. But if Nautanki had to build something, Nautanki is good for theatres, not for governance. That requires real intelligence, education, skill, analysis, जो Nautanki actually Nautanki रहना चाहिए. So Varsha lost her temper, on the back of which she got aggressive, on the back of which you slit one cut and she was dead. लेकिन जो अपोलो हॉस्पिटल जैसे डॉक्टर्स होते हैं, अगर तो उसको पुल ऑफ द ग्रिड करे, उसका सहने का शक्ति कितना होता है. शी इज ट्रेन्ड, इट्स इन हर DNA, शी इज अ डॉक्टर. How much you have harassed that girl? Yet she has some idea, but she has no idea. वेट गेन, वेट लॉस, पिगमेंटेशन तो तू करता रहता है. नॉट टू मेंशन स्टैंपिंग डाउन ऑन मेमोरी एंड पुटिंग अनदर मेमोरी अप. तो है गटर का पैदाइश. सच में तू गटर गटर बोले, गटर का जो सीवरेज है वो अंडरस्टेटमेंट है. जो तू गटर का आत्मा जो है, एब्सोल्यूट क्रैक. लिसनिंग, आई डोंट टॉक गुजराती, टॉकिंग टू यू इन हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश. इंग्लिश समझा? आई डोंट थिंक इट इज़ बीट की. बीट जो है बीट रूट होता है. So what did I tell you about Huri Lekraj? Telugu Tamil बात करती है, but no, Sindhi actually has the ability to talk Hindi also straight. And they've been here what? Three generations in Bombay, Maharashtra. हिंदी बात करते हैं लेकिन एक अलग तरीके से. It's got a Sindhi tint in it. Forget about any local language. जो ये औरत करती थी Mrs. Huri Lekraj बन के. That's what I told you even before. हीस्ट चोरी चोरी, उसके ऊपर सीना जोरी. एंड यू डेयर टू गिव इंफॉर्मेशन टू रॉ, एंड दे टेकिंग योर इंफॉर्मेशन and they're deciding for the country. And we've got people being called out to be DNA sperm egg from the Middle East in key positions in the Indian ministry. And 10% of the Indian army already affected. So what is left? There are many ways of reading this. SKF is after SK has been removed. SKF came into being. The fiasco of Being Human t-shirts being sold on Colaba Causeway streets. First initially for 2 years through Cotton World. That is because now all the prime leaders have been the actual founders and their actual families. Some of them have already been removed. The replicas have come in. Now they are shaking hands in their network with some originals to get rid of them in some way or the other. The chip on the shoulder was there on the boy in 2002 only, when I want a bell in my bedroom. The house that I am going to be doing I've asked the interior designer contractor to come, interior designer, to set up a new house which is 1.5 times bigger than this 2 BHK apartment of mine. So you can say it is not double the size of this, it is triple the size of this. The boy says he will be, I've already watched him in his parents, what I consider his parents' home. He's leaving at 6 in the morning. He comes back sometimes in the middle of the day or rarely, but he can come back around 8:39 in the night. Now we're not getting along, so he's saying from here on, he will be going to his mother's house for dinner and then coming back to his marital home. Having studied his personality, we are seeing he is very erratic. In my sister's house, they hire lots of chotus to do the work. It is normal, it is expected. It's not your new age India where you steal and think you become the king. भगवान भी वो जन्म तुमको नहीं देवे, दज्जल क्लास बन के, चोरी करके, छीने. Those were not those days. Luckily that thrash had not yet shown itself. That also with that great confidence. तो बोलो अगर 3 छोटू यहाँ पे रखे काम पे, and the person who I'm supposed to be married to comes back and he's saying he'll come home only at 11 in the night, he leaves at 6 in the morning. तो अकेले alone in my home, I have to run it as a married woman. I don't want to go across the hall, go to the kitchen, give the instructions. That also God knows at what time in the night. Have a bell system and an intercom system. So part of the interiors is what I said I would do, which is normal in our homes. It's very normal. लेकिन लड़के को जो था वहाँ पे वो बने SL. He had a chip on his shoulder about the issue. It showed on his face. It showed on his attitude. What you fitted in my body is by SL because of his own background, nothing else. And everybody like his background, birds of a stinky feather sticking together, who contributed to it for their own similar background, which is not my background. You understand? I'm the employer lot. Atmically, historically, by birth and by upbringing. In the confusion, you left me behind, but it's good, at least we can give our evidence without being embroiled in anything. फिर लॉ मेकर लॉ कीपर डिसाइड कर सकता है प्यून को जज बनाऊं क्या, और इंडियन कोर्ट्स, हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वाट लगाऊं क्या? वो तो ऑलरेडी हो चुका है. But then think about all the people who actually contributed to the building of a democracy. In this democracy and the misuse of it, all the people who actually did with proper karma nation building were unceremoniously sent off. What we got was the grabbing thrash, grabbing and talking about divine justice and bridging the gap of financial inequality, like it's their grandpop's investment. So this guy is a replica, she's the replica, she comes from TN, maybe he also comes from TN. They did the role of Hindu, connected with SL, who's a pain, and he's very bad blood, very bad background. He's not SRL. You are garbage. You must not play sounds under my hands. It's not good. You're garbage. You and the people who take work out of you. You have shapeshifted for Mr. Cyrus Mistry, putting Mr. Cyrus Mistry into a Nidra state at Qatar so that you can misuse assets. You are run by Mr. Jaitley, who needs those assets. ये तो गवर्नेंस कैसे होगा? यहाँ का भी जो कुछ भी हो रहा है, मिडल ईस्ट का भी सर्विस हो रहा है ना. He's got idea कि उसको किंग बनना है पूरे कॉन्टिनेंट का. यहाँ का भी, वहाँ का भी, उसका भी. हर चीज़ को मिक्स करके फिर वही राजा बने, वजीर आउटसाइड ऑफ द चेस बोर्ड. तुम लोग तो बस काम वाले हैं उसके लिए. वो कीबोर्ड किसके हाथ में है? Connected with whatever's in my body. You are connected with that shit. She's connected with this shit. Your Lord and Master is shape-shifting. And those from the Middle East. Nobody else. They're all the same background as you, labor class, initially. Before you grabbed. तो थोड़ा जो है मजा कर. फिर तू 11 कल्पा जा रहा है. नर्क पाताल. पाताल से ऊपर तुम्हारा कमाई है ही नहीं निकलने के लिए. लेकिन तू और तेरे जो घटिया एसोसिएट्स है, बर्ड्स ऑफ अ स्टिंकिंग फेदर, मरो टुगेदर. और क्या है? आफ्टर लाइफ इज मोर लाइफ देन यू आर इन द बॉडी. It's more excruciating than when you get a chance in a form. That is why Cat, the original, for 15-20 years including now within this 1 week, will be coming and going from quick births. Birth to spirit, spirit to birth. Whatever her in Ripu is going to be finished in these 15 years. Because she actually, while she was even in her body, was at the receiving end of somebody else's filth. Yet she's got to do what she's got to do. Then compared to her, what are you? Chhi. That's the idiot under my body. So this is the proof of these fools what they have done. है तो कटर की डैश, ओरिजिनल तो है ही नहीं, चोरी का माल है. जिसको इनको सपोर्ट करना है करो at your own peril. There's 40% of the world population that's joining them. You want to join them, it's okay. You are not my ancestry. तुमने चोरी किया है डेस्परेशन, पेट का सवाल बोल के, मजबूरी बोल के. तो यू आर कन्फेसर ऑफ योर ओन कंडीशंस, after which you went on a rampage to grab things that are not yours. So I am not calling you names, I am only reminding you of where you come from because of your own confessions. अब तुमने चोरी इतना किया है, आफ्टर पेट का सवाल है, मजबूरी है कि तू हमको डाइम्स, हमारे बाप के असली कमाई के तौर पे हमको डाइम्स बुलाता गया है. Last 2 years I have said it on the recordings on the camera. Why are you calling me dimes? I'm happy. It is honest earning. हमने कुछ ग्रैब किया नहीं है. हमारे नाम पे किसी ने लगाया था तो उसको बेनाम चूतिया बोलता है क्योंकि तो है गटर का पैदाइश. क्या करे ये swine shit and pig shit. That's why. Absolute sewage stinking. That's what you are. Only a bloodied, debt-ridden, parasitic parasite like you can want to eclipse the sun, and the other fools are shaking their pants, going more ballless, busting crackers, whistling. क्या डांस मार रहा है, मुन्नी को बदनाम कर रहा है स्पिरिचुअल लैंड पे. So you showed your intelligence over there, now go bang the thalis like monkeys whose chabi on the backside. जैसे वो टॉय होता है, eat a little, they go to do. तो देखा है, it sells pretty cheap on the streets. जाके keep banging those bloody vessels. Eid is celebrated at your stupidity. Give more TRPs to shows that are actually thrashing you at the core. Give more TRPs to those shows. So if you have already proved your levels of intelligence, I've been watching you since 2009-10, observing you with great interest, no curiosity, profiling you time and time again ever since 2012. So I think from 2012-13 to 2025, 10 years is enough to understand you and to understand the whole game. तो इंडस जो है वो वहीं पे है. दैट्स इंडस रिवर इज वे. मोहनजोदारो कहाँ पे है, हरप्पा कहाँ पे है, तुमने पढ़ा है? हमने पढ़ा है हिस्ट्री के अंदर, फोर्ट कॉन्वेंट स्कूल पे. अलॉन्ग विद द World War I, World War II, जालियनवाला बाग ऑल्सो, महात्मा गांधी ऑल्सो. तुमने पढ़ा है? Yes, Mountbatten, Fatten, all that. क्या है, you switched off and ran away? That's like 5th standard history. 5th, 6th, 7th standard history by a failure who otherwise fails math, science. भरपूर तरीके से. Algebra, geometry, chemistry and no, what's that? These 3 subjects can't stand it. Marathi and Hindi. Red. In my mint green report. Card stolen by the miscreant. Handed over by whom? Exported by whom? Mr. Jaitley? To Ansari, Jaya Ansari. I am JAYA.ADVANI. At the very inception. Varsha Advani, file name cat is what it is saying. Divya Bhargava's friend. Divya Bhargava, Simmal Lekraj, Varsha Advani, Payal Sanin. There's one huge fight. Someone threatens to take somebody and jail them in jail. Who that fight was between, I have no idea. It became a very big thing, but they were still then friends in the same group while at Fort Convent School. But children are children, the adults, if they are conniving, sly and cheap, if that is twisted in the child's mind to establish something different from actually something pretty innocent, siblings also fight, friends also fight, but children make up in no time. If there is a different angle and a twist given to it, then it is the conniving, ugly adult. Let's hope that didn't happen in their friendship. How is Tamil Nadu shaking hands with Pakistan? Can you tell me? That's where the unginat jabbing has happened, including the priest. So Tirupati, Tirumalai is now going to open what downstairs? Indus is in Pakistan. Tamil Nadu is Tamil Nadu. Where's the handshake happening? Tin of Tamil Nadu unginat have been jabbed already. If there has been some kind of a civil unrest in the northeast which is considerably peaceful, northeastern people, if you see, they are so peaceful, they are so sweet, always smiling, so sweet, yet you have managed to trigger them. In Vastu also, northeast and east is considered the God's direction. If you trigger them and you created some civil unrest amongst them, फिर साउथ के अंदर अगर ये तो चाबुक लेते हैं, they have skits in their hands, they're used to climbing trees and just cutting from their own gardens. They're very hot-headed. It is in their genealogy much earlier. उनको ट्रिगर करे तो हमको क्या मिलेगा? Indian army should think about it, the 90% left over of actual Indian army without the infiltration, or then a different mindset. One mindset projecting another. Just the way they study genealogy to understand what are your traits for disease, they've also already done the studies of what is your genealogy for traits connected with happiness, sadness, aggression, rage, anger, greed, Santa Sadhu kind, like the northeastern. Most of them are sweet people. अब उनको कब्जे में करे और उनको ट्रिगर करे तो अगर ये साउथ इंडिया जावे, तमिलनाडु, केरला, आंध्रा, where they are hot-headed, their food also is very hot. They are naturally hot-headed. But if that is triggered further for the siege, which my reading has already brought up, especially because Tamil Nadu says unginat who have already been jabbed. Ow, ow, ow. Stealth mode. That also from the tin. The priests also have been jabbed, so that their recitations go wrong forcefully. The desperation of the anti-god is huge. So he's gone on a rampage, just letting you know in advance कि इसने ये ऐसे किया है. If you have a solution for it, apply it. So Tamil Nadu and Indus, how do they connect? Because of KET and SKF? You got to ask. They are miscreants along with SL. That I am saying in basic words. यही miscreants है. You call me bad words? क्या मांगा झुकिया? क्या बात कर रहा है? For this boy also has there been I would not say thus. I think it would be due. He has messed up with United Nations understanding. When he has presented himself in somebody else's form, you think they are somebody else. He's worn the skin of somebody else. So it is somebody you trust. But it is not them. This guy has shape-shifted for them. And then skewed your thinking according to however they wanted to skew it. Whenever they have taken anything from you or got you to go to some conclusions, they have never done it with their own face. They have worn the skin of somebody else that is trusted by you. This is how they have gone unscrewing things everywhere that they have touched. You understand? It is very important that it is saying SL came into playing the role of Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj 96 onwards. It is very important to look at the relevance where Malvika Lekhraj, Sanjeev Lekhraj, according to Sanjeev Lekhraj during that short stint in 2002 called Marriage. I did not make fun of marriage. Whoever was involved in it, तुमने तो marriage का concept को ही change कर दिया. Yet you dare to talk about Sindoor. Tamil Nadu to Indus. You dare to talk about a wife. You dare to talk about a daughter-in-law with this kind of filth. You're not in a position actually, because I'm the one who got married, you're the one who played foul. With you are a zillion other people who all needed your money. I left at 1,70,000 because my dad provided for me with no benami. पैसा हमारे नाम पे सामने से डाल दिया है when I'm 5 years old. From the front he has put things into my name without me even understanding or asking for it. In my name also and my little baby Varsha's name also. It was done from his desire. With my dadi in the house, his mother available, my father's mother also in the house, my father's wife also, ex-Mrs. Anita.ADVANI, whose divorce papers you ran off with, breaking into my locker, SL. You and the garbage associated with you, desperate to cover every previous crime. But the heap is so huge that today no carpet can cover it. So you are not in a position to talk about marriage, you're not in a position to talk about a daughter-in-law, you're not in a position to talk about the role of a wife, you're not in a position to talk about whatever red vermilion is put when some marriage happens in the Indian tradition. In my case, the key concepts were not followed. Red color to we play in Holi also. Everybody does not get married at that time. You understood? That marriage registration, first and foremost, SL, you did not sign. The man who signed it, you put him into a deep state sleep and then misused his entire assets and his entire network of socialites. I don't need the money, the politicians need the money to keep mouth shut and to buy votes. So something connected with the tin, connected with United Nations, foul play on the back of it, connected with SKF, whoever is shape-shifting in Salman Khan, who is late Mr. Salman Khan, after which Salman Khan films were started. Movies, the style of movies completely changed. If you look at a before and an after. So 2009 onwards, the movies were completely different. It's a marked difference in the kind. So you have his history starting from 89 up to all recordings or then all shoots where he could have gone, not gone, don't know. There would have been a gap between 2006 and 2009. But for a movie to release in 2009, the recording has to happen before. Was there an infusion of South Indian actors suddenly after 2009? Understand where that came from. Dinka, Tika, Pika, all that nonsense. In every movie he has told you what he's up to. The word is embezzle. Over here we don't have embezzle. To embezzle means to actually grab money of other people. It's called steal. S-T-E-E-L नहीं है, S-T-E-A-L. Rob. If you want to see embezzle, because what he's done is he has embezzled wearing their identity. This is his background. जो SKF में shape shift करता है, this is where he comes from. It's embezzle. EMBESSEL must be what it is. SEL or whatever. Embezzle. To do financial heist. Shown in the movie Ready, पहले ही दिखा दिया है. He has also shown you, oh, he was here, but he's not here. I saw this face, but it is that face. But creating confusion. He has also told you he'll make so many holes in so many pockets, it will be difficult to know your fat from your face, or something of that sort. He says it in Hindi, in the movie Dabang, where he has distributed some young girl and also eclipsed the sun. So that is a tin attitude. Very educated, very good for national development. With mass exodus of those who had ability education wise, background wise, skill set wise, birth wise, them put into the trash can, their money embezzled, grabbed, and shapeshifters out in their place. Supported by who? Who have a vested interest from Middle East and other parts of impoverished pockets around the world. Nothing else. So anti-God works through them, works on the back of them. He hates God. And godly people, virtue is his enemy. Vice, the development of it, creating subjective matters, taking it to twist it. If it still is not working, then forcefully through technology jabbing the tin for triggering a future siege. How bad it is going to be if you understand on peace-loving, nice people of the Northeast, if you manage to work on them, it's like driving a Fiat car. You drive a Fiat, you can drive anything. So if you could trigger on the back of very nice, peace-loving people from the Northeast, then hot-headed South people whose genealogy already has it established that they are hot-headed. They eat also hot food, right? Spicy food. You know, they are hot-headed. Now, if that is already in the genealogy, just the way doctors were talking about genealogy, but nicely packaging it as, you must know what diseases inherently you can inherit from your ancestors. So you can know, you can get something because it is in the genealogy. So same way they have studied traits of what can be triggered almost immediately. How do I know this? Because I was told, Jaya, you're too righteous, you can't be so self-righteous. It doesn't help, you're too naive. So I was also being studied in 97, 98. Then rendered useless or thought of as useless for your activities requiring different traits. So anyway, better to be forewarned so that you understand what triggers you. So you can, I don't know, the way you do it is you meditate, ignore everything, concentrate on your Ishta Devta, your families, whether you're from the tin or you're from the palace. Habitually, you have done a huge amount of investment. Hopefully, that will come to save you. So, instead of getting triggered by these people, once you understand how it's happening, instead of losing the temper, get into a state of meditation. Maybe better for you only. Till whatever it is that database is retrieved, it is thrashed, then everyone can live normally, hopefully after that, without the technology doing the triggering. This is the guy who has talked about the Britishers, made use of the NRIs. Amongst them is tailor. But embezzling anything is a vice. You can't play God. Also, the problems in some smaller towns of smaller states cannot be spewed on the world and on city going people, which you have done. Not even from your community, not even lived your lifestyle, live the bloody city life. The city life is a dog's life. You spewed there also because of your community issues connected with your whatever your birth was. India is very big. Most of India community is according to the part of India where you grew up at. You're the one who created the confusion amongst everybody for your own head problems due to your own birth in your own community, in your small town village, which has nothing to do, actually, if you think about it, it does not justify spewing that onto first India, then take it globally. To make a subjective matter a core point to be twisted the way you want for self-benefit, which is what I understand is what you've done. So this is a cover-up for embezzling something using ETs considered a fine to take back from society what they took from you, paying you a salary. This guy is the one who goes plugging your ears with crap, and that is why when I say we can hear the crap coming out of that crapster. Poverty ridden at an atomic level. With so much debts on your back, 11 कल्पा भी लिखा हुआ है SL के लिए. नर्क और पाताल सीलिंग. ऐसे घटिया कर्म करो, already you are born in debt. The birth you've been born into, how you managed it, speaks volumes about who you are, where you come from and where you are going. How to understand the ENT? So this is why Apollo Hospital is very, very, very important. 100% the assets have been misused. Not 100, zillion% sure. I feel very bad if any of their daughters, their family members, the founder and his family members, just in case anybody got pulled off unceremoniously. With obviously they always have nefarious people being injected to do the nefarious work. It'll be pretty sad. तुमने उसको मेड बना के हमारे घर लाया था Rajkumar. The voice that you made can be heard in my ears. You can be equated to garbage, not the garbage cleaner. SKF finds B dual ENT. How to understand dual? What about SL? This guy is a miscreant out and out and out. Terrible, terrible, terrible being. He's the guy who would have shapeshifted as Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj when he has shaken hands with Salman Khan's Being Human to sell Being Human t-shirts at Cotton World outlet. Then taken it to the streets of Causeway. There also there must have been a financial heist. By 2009, Salman Khan was unceremoniously stealth mode removed from his body. SKF was created. That's all. That whole jhamela is made by people of very poor birth. Embezzling, cheating, and they pick up people working in other people's homes. उनको ही अब actresses बना रहे हैं, उनको ही काम करवा रहे हैं. वो जो 75 to 100 जो boys and girls है, few of them who have AIDS. On the back of them, they are running this syndicate of coming and going from people's homes to siphon, embezzle further money. The ENT part of it is hearing things, but you say, but I didn't hear it, bacha. No, you gone mad, come for counseling. This is the guy who has said, खाने तो भी दो यार, तू हमको क्या खिलाएगा, तुम्हारे पास क्या कर्म है, क्या कर्ज है, आत्मिक रूप से तुम्हारा खाना कहाँ से आएगा, उसका तू सोच. बाकी के जो है तुम जैसे लोगों को टॉलरेट करे, but still we don't break. But when we go to the afterlife, you are already going to arrive there completely broken, and then further broken by Yamma and Yamdut when you go to your earned realm. Tu uska soch, baki ka mat soch. Rest of us have enough ancestry, enough karmic punya to deal with whatever it is comes our way. More importantly, we got the Guru guiding us, blessing us, protecting us, and tiding us over these times. He has done it in my case last, I don't know how many years. So you watch out for yourself. You don't even have that earning ke the lit spirit realm can support you. As of now, they are in hearings that go against you time and time and again. Real time proof. So you will just have to find out what this is all about. But this is the interplay. What find using the ENT. Which Jaya ate? This Jaya तो doesn't even eat her own. दूसरे के क्या खाना है? हमारा जो है हमको 5 साल 6 साल 10 साल के अंदर ही मिला था. हम किसी और का क्यों खाएं? इसलिए हमने 1,70,000 डोंट नो व्हाट इट इज़ 1,70,000 एलिमोनी पे निकला है. एक शादी माई वेडिंग ड्रेसेस कॉस्ट मोर. हमारे जो शादी के कपड़े हैं वो एलिमोनी से ज़्यादा खर्च हुआ था हमारे वेडिंग पे. तो हम किसी और का क्या खाएंगे? तू हमारे घर आके भैरुपिया बन के एक बाप और एक बहन का भैरुपिया रूप में तू आया है. लॉकर तुमको तोड़ के तुमने प्रॉपर्टी पेपर्स को भाग के निकला है, फिर ट्रांसफर शेयर्स किया है. बट दैट्स नॉट द बैकग्राउंड आई कम फ्रॉम. दैट्स द थ्रैशी बैकग्राउंड दैट यू कम फ्रॉम. तो जया 8 कौन सा जया 8? तू तो बैरुपिया बन के आता है जाता है, वेयर आई तो हार्डली स्टेप आउट. तो तुमने हमारे रूप हमारे बहन के रूप कैट के कैट किया तो तुमने है ना. तो हम क्या खाएंगे? तूने हमारा खाया है वो भी चोरी छिपे. Embezzle is never in your face. It means siphoning stuff without out in public. Shape shifting, wearing ET, fucking around with crispring. वो पूरा है 400 VC of the desperation of very poor atmas from a desperate लोका. आया है तू गंदे लोका से, जाएगा अभी लंबे समय के लिए वही घटिया लोका या उससे भी घटिया. So why go put your shit on other people? Baba, handle your own shit. Don't go splashing it around. वो जो तू स्यूअर का माल है किसी और के ऑर्बिट में निकलना नहीं चाहिए till you haven't earned it. You understood? So far you've been splashing the crap like you're fucking playing holy in the shithole you come from. Don't do that. होली खेलता है सूरज पानी के साथ. Okay, so EU, ENT, find SKF, SL. There is an interplay between all of this. I may not be getting it completely, but there's an interplay because of this. Okay, I will not comment. I wanted to ask actually, since it went off in my mind, and let me do it on camera, let the pendulum talk. What I know for sure, I can talk. What I don't know for sure, I'd rather ask the pendulum, let it do the answering. And it's not what I know for sure, it is what I could have been exposed to in my own way, and so I make a deduction. It may be okay, it may not be okay. But this throw does its own talking. Okay? Now let me just come and ask the pendulum. Do not put SL as my bae, he is nobody of mine. He, the girls, have shape-shifted on the back of a man who is by birth association, and my earlier formative years in a particular Sindhi community, our social network along with the schooling. He has worked for that man. That 5 month, whatever it was, 2 months at that Ranka Park is the only 2 months. Doesn't make him a somebody, because towards the end he was allowed to shape shift into somebody else's ill setup. Makes you all a miscreant. So leave it. People who lack governance need to find other ways of governing. Huh? You failed it completely. It won't hold in the court of the lit realm of judges. You, in fact, you'll get whacked even further. Don't bother saying that. तो वो और भी प्रॉब्लम होगा. I want to know one thing from you. Are you with me as of now, darling? You are JAYA.ADVANI cat? Okay, Dolly, with the rest of them, if you can give me an answer. I wanted to know about SL. SL first worked at the shop called Cotton World. Then he went on to shapeshift for Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj, who you say was murdered in Bangalore, 1995 October. Then this boy went with Malvika Lekhraj. SL went with Malvika Lekhraj to America. Then the Twin Towers happened. He shared a hotel room with Malvika Lekhraj as his cousin sister because he's standing in for Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj. Upon returning to India, did Malvika Lekhraj become a vegetable and get a tumor and lose her speech and her brain power? That happened to Malvika Lekhraj, Laveen Lekhraj, who is the actual founder of Cotton World, amongst the Lekhrajes. Was her condition of tumor and brain loss and mouth speech loss a natural one? Was it purposely put on to her by SL and his associates in some way of some research they happened to find? Or some way, did she come to know something about him on that trip that she wished to talk about, for which he rendered her in that kind of fashion? Did it have anything to do with the Twin Towers? Did it have anything to do with the Twin Towers? Her health condition was put onto her because of SL, who is not her real cousin brother. SRL has moved into the afterlife. The real cousin of Laveen Lekhraj. He passed away in 95, October sometime. I wanted to know Sanjeev Lekhraj. His legal marriage, he has been married legally twice. Sanjeev Lekhraj has been married legally 3 times, 10 times, 100 times. Sanjeev Lekhraj, who is the replica of Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj, shop boy, stockist, loading, unloading from the trucks. Would you agree with me? Some connect to Kerala and born in a Catholic Christian family but is an atheist. You agree? That boy got married to Amrita Lekhraj in one marriage. Is that the only legal marriage you consider legal? They got married in Goa. It was a big wedding, well celebrated. The girl's home earned money. The boy's own money earned by him honestly. His share spent stolen money, stolen assets, stolen resources, stolen identity. Amrita Lekhraj is seen in the Congress youth wearing a cap. She supports him now in the embezzlement or in whatever it is, the nefarious activity that's been happening. She's a willful partner. Sanjeev Lekhraj, you say, when he leaves from the body, goes for 11 kalpas to Nark and Patal, you say? That's in his Akashic records accessed by you. Amrita Lekhraj joins him going forward just for her knowledge. What is it? For an equal amount of time with this boy? Has she earned equally as him? Has she earned less than him? Amrita Lekhraj is a willful defaulter with Sanjeev Lekhraj, who is stand-in for murdered Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj, is what you're saying? You're saying Amrita Lekhraj has earned a longer time in the lower realms once she exits out of the body? Can I ask you how much, just for her knowledge? 12 kalpas? 13 kalpas? 14 kalpas? 15 kalpas? 16 kalpas? 17 kalpas? 18 kalpas? Less than 18 kalpas? 19 kalpas? 20 kalpas? 21 kalpas? 22 kalpas? 22 kalpas? 23 kalpas? 'So the hat that is being worn, that was a baseball cap. Musk also wears it. That's what she was wearing in a Congress youth drive before she got married to SL. Is that a sign for her community who she is when she is shape-shifting? So 23 kalpas, what is it? Of the higher realms? She'll be able to settle in realms above the earthly realm? Will she be at Atala Vitala? Will she have to go to Atala Vitala? Sutala? Mahatala? Rasital? Rasitala? Nagtala? You saying it is directly to Patal and Nark? Yet again, that's the ceiling. The name Amrita Lekraj. Lekraj means what? To forcefully rewrite destiny, to do rulership. Amrit is the ambrosia, the drink of the gods. So to forcefully grab it at any cost, to rule. And if she puts Sanjeev's name in between, it becomes immortality. Amrita Sanjeev Lekraj. Anyway, I just got it this morning that I should ask about what her journey is. She has shapeshifted for Katrina Kaif, amongst others. Playing sounds from my body is not a good idea. It's very cheap. Learn to earn it, not grab it at any cost. Maybe this guy was working as a bearer, butler in यूरोप sometime. वहाँ से उसको बेल का आइडिया आ गया. हमारी बॉडी के नीचे इसने लगा दिया है. ऑल द टाइम इज प्लेइंग द फकिंग बेल. When we are coughing in the night, we have so many derogatory comments being made. This guy is a piece of shit. Absolute sewer crap. क्या घटिया जन्म में तुम पैदा हुआ है, पैसा कमाया है एम्प्लॉई बन के, अब रोग जमा रहे हैं वो एसेट्स के पीछे छिपके जो तुमने चोरी किया है. Miss, don't say Jaya, some wait date, don't talk that shit. That also digitally recording crap. That SATA drive is going to be banged and broken. तुम्हारा जो नसीब है ऑलरेडी टूट चुका है बहुत पहले, तुम्हारे पैदा होने के पहले. Don't make it worse. And listen, fuck. I wouldn't even hire you as a bloody fucking gatekeeper for 5 lanes away from where I stay. So desperado, don't throw voice in my home, bringing sewage crap associated with your atma to my setup. You're not welcome. Did you understand? You need to piss off, bloody